grime was cussing. Grime was in the school playground, Africa versus Jamaica. You get what I mean? And the man was like, hey, Leon, your mom is a Klingon. Ah! You get what I mean? That was grime.
My name is John Doran, and I write about music. Throughout this series of British Masters films for Noisey, I have been speaking to such outliers in the field of popular music as Goldie, Liam Gallagher, and Tracy Thorn. Big Narstie is probably best known as a hilarious internet and now TV personality, but it should never be forgotten that he is a bona fide master of the British art form of grime and has been focal to the scene for over 15 years. He is also outspoken on numerous issues, from the campaign to save the NHS and the drive to raise awareness about mental health. This misfit from Brixton has somehow won hearts across the nation simply by being himself, and is arguably already a national treasure.
So, you just telling me you're in training. What are you in training for?
I'm training for my first MMA fight next year.
Mixed martial arts?
Yeah, man. I want to go for it.
Is it kind of quite physical? Do you get knocked about, or is it just... Yeah?
I had my second sparring fight last week and got my nose bust. My nose was pissing blood. I fucking loved it. There's an uppercut I'm training for, and when I connect it in my fight, I'm going to dribble on my boxers. I'm going to flipping ejaculate on my boxers as soon as my fist hits their face. I know, I'm so excited.
That's when you know you've got to punch right, innit?
Yeah, man.
Big Narstie, welcome to British Masters.
Thank you very much.
So this show is called British Masters, and it raises a question straight away. Like, how do you identify yourself as regards to nationality? Do you think of yourself as like being British or Anglo-Caribbean or English?
All the reverse, my G. Man said Anglo-Caribbean. I ain't no Saxon. Man said Anglo-Caribbean. What's wrong with guys? You're a sickhead. What's Anglo-Caribbean? You mean Afro-Caribbean?
Yeah.
Man's a yardie, but I'm English. Like, my parents come from Jamaican descent, but I was fortunate and blessed to be born in St. Thomas's Hospital.
Now, true heads who are watching this will know why you're on this. You've been a rapper for 15 years, and and all that time you've been close to the centre of grime. But there will undoubtedly be some people watching this who are going to be like, why is that funny fella off the internet and the telly who's released a couple of records, why is he on British Masters? It's almost like you've got two careers that run parallel to each other.
Definitely. I think the only thing I can convey myself to is Michael Jackson. In the sense of, my personality is white Michael Jackson. It's accepted everywhere. Doors are all open because my personality naturally just gravitates to people. My music now, on the other hand, is black Michael Jackson. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's really good music, but at the same time, it's very dark as well. So, you've got my personality, what can thrive and blend in any environment. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got this patriotic, grime-spitting, hardcore MC. So Good Morning Britain would easily like me to go in there and talk about the weather, but for me to start spitting about Brixton and going ham, that's a bit different. As a musician, I have to work twice as hard as where my personality would take me. And that took me a little bit of a grips to get. Do you know what I mean? Because at first, I was naive to it, thinking that, raw, it's all the same thing. So if you don't mind me coming to talk, why won't you put me on to spit?
So, like, I know you've been, like, a rapper for a long time, like, since you were in school or whatever, but what about the kind of more kind of entertainer side of you? Were you, like, an entertaining guy at school? Were you the person who people would flock around, like, telling jokes and that?
Locally, in my community and area, I was popular. I would walk from my mum's house when she sends me to the shop to Tesco's and see people stop me and say, well, go on. How's your brother? How's your uncle? How's your mum? So I was always used to getting attention. So when you got into music and I started getting attention, it's no different, just on a bigger scale. So the fame shit and all of that stuff, it doesn't really faze me. It's just, it's standard way of life.
So talking about whether it fazed you or not, talking about when it first started happening, can you pinpoint like a moment or a short period of time where you realised, oh shit, I'm like a household name now?
My first realization of it was when I picked up my niece from school. My mum used to work in a primary school. I've gone to pick up my niece from school one day, and all these kids have come running up to me saying, "You're big Narstie, you're big Narstie. My brother listens to you. Oh, my days, he's done it again." I was baffed. You get what I mean? So my mum was coming to the playground, and she was saying, "Who's Narstie?" I said, "I'm Narstie, Mum." So the first thing, obviously, she's gonna say, "You couldn't pick a better name than that. Am I not a good parent? You got clean, you got clothes to get me. Like, why you call yourself Narstie?" So that was my first acknowledgement of it.
Did you call yourself Big Narstie, or did one of your mates call you it?
Narstie was given to me in a youth centre, Fenwick Hall. And I remember before I was called Narstie, here's a packet of Whatsits. Let me get the cheese out quickly. Flipping, I used to call myself Starzy, yeah? But the only reason why I used to call myself Starzy, do you remember the Sonic S where you draw 3 lines? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and you connect it to make that funky S. I just wanted a name with the S in it, to get what I mean? So being a chief where I was at them age there, respecting my chiefiness, yeah, I thought I would call myself MC Starzy. Yeah, I was going in there, and what was my bar? I'm a kind of guy when I get physical, run up in your house, take away the sky digitals, stepping with them steps toes, stepping stadium and breaking those, twitching knees and bend your elbows. Oh shit, twitching knees and bend your elbows, you know. I was sounding shit out there in the streets and that, but my confidence was ragingly high. And I remember one guy said, can't remember who it was, he's like, "Fam, you're Narstie, fam. The way how you just hog the mic and eat the mic, fam, you're Narstie."
When you first rapped at school, who were you emulating though? Who did you really want to be like?
I was a ragga kid. Remember, I'm from a Jamaican descent. On my house, on Sunday, there was no EastEnders. You watch Ram Jam, Sting 98, Ninja Man versus Merciless, Cockatoo versus Professor Nuts. You get what I mean? Saturday is soup day, Sunday is yard food day. Friday, everyone fends for themselves. You get what I mean? Like a proper traditional Caribbean Jamaican household. So when I started talking about garage and all of this stuff, if it ain't Beres Hammond, yeah, or no, some old school Gregory Isaacs or some Bob Marley, mums, you don't really want to hear that, or some gospel church music. Down by the river, where your goodness will come our way, oh Lord. Then I'm coming to the house, man, doo-doo, bong. Hey, man, this is sick, you know, man, this is sick. Sick what? Come on to my Ross Clark Council, please, there with the music there. You know what I mean? That's what it was.
You've got this excellent album that came out this year, BDL Bipolar. Now that piqued my interest. You know, I'm diagnosed bipolar. And, well, I don't want to put words into your mouth. Like, how do you describe your mental health, like now and in the past?
All right. I'm undiagnosed because I haven't gone in for it, but I feel all the symptoms in my mood swings. I could be as jolly as can be, and then there's down as in a tiny little hole. And then a couple of days, I can be very distant. You know what I mean? And then I can just pop back. And then I can actually be really sad while I'm happy. And people are like, "Bro, how can you be so sad but you're supposed to be happy?" It's just how I feel. When I was younger, all I knew how to do was to make angry music was how I felt. I'm in a fucking shithole. I don't want to be here. Do you get what I mean? I see bare people living a nice life. Why is my life so fucked up? Do you get what I mean? Am I the only person that's to walk with a strap? Do you get what I mean? You think they're gonna die at 18? That's how I was living. So all my music's just angry. Nothing's stable around me. Do you get what I mean? So all I could use music for is aggression.
Soldiers ride with me then. Every G you see round me stands right here as free men. When you see these niggas on road, pop their chickens and fucking free them. They remind me of slaves. Out free niggas with pay.
How do you square all of this stuff, or can you square all of this stuff with the amount of weed that you smoke?
Rubai, I come from the city of Zion, and I've escaped the Babylon system. Rastafari stands alone, brethren. Different strokes for different folks. I can smoke weed and still accomplish all my dreams. I've managed to make some constructive businesses in my life, away from music. I co-produced a fucking TV show. You get me? Higher than a motherfucker. You get what I mean? So it's not the weed what stops you, it's you as a person.
But do you have to give anything a hard pass? Like if I had some white rhino or some northern lights or some super strain skunk, would you have to give that a hard pass, or will you smoke anything?
Bro, LSG, bro. Super Orange Glue V3, BDL number 4. You know the ones there, Narstie glue. I smoked Marks and Spencer's weed because the highest, you know what I mean? Cause
St. Michael's best, yeah? So you've sampled Oasis, Coldplay, and the Arctic Monkeys.
So this is a true story, yeah? Man was folded, yeah? I think he was getting Nottingham or somewhere, yeah? 1, 2 spliffs. Next minute we're just driving on the motorway. And lights will guide you home. Then I remember we got pulled by feds and we was just getting to the deeper part of the chorus about, I'll fix you. And I remember the feds pulled us, yeah? And they just looked at us and said, look at these 2 black guys, they must be really cool kids. And they let us go, I swear down, they let men go. Because they could see, yeah, we was genuinely singing it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And Spun a Web, up to today, that's still one of my most biggest songs what put me out there, because it took me out of just the underground scene and made more people who listen to that type of music acknowledge me. Maybe they didn't like the song, but the pure fact that someone's tried to do something different, you get what I mean? Gave me attention.
Have you got a clear picture of where you are in the wider sort of ecology of UK rap in 2018?
I would say I'm part of UK culture, full stop. That includes jungle, grime, garage, drill, if that's what you want to call it, flipping UK hip-hop, UK trap, dubstep. I'm part of everything was from the UK because it's in my surroundings 24/7. I'm proud to be British. Do you get what I mean? And I'm proud to be a British artist who makes UK music.
One of the most kind of frightening things that you sketch out on BDL Bipolar is on Blood, on the last track, which obviously tells this really kind of fraught story of how your daughter was born 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. How far into the pregnancy did you find out that your girlfriend had preeclampsia?
On the day of when she gave birth. Everything was fine until she gave birth.
Thought mommy was gonna die, I went crazy. Took 8 doctors, baby, to restrain me. 14 minutes, then you was in my presence. Daddy's life changed in seconds.
My princess was in the world in 14 minutes, sitting on the table, and my missus was in an epileptic fit. You know what I mean? Cause everything's fucked up, my G. I need the mud, son, cause I ain't fucking real. You know what the ones there, cause fucking majorly real, cause overwhelmed with emotion. And it broke me, cuz. Like a Poundland vibrator, cuz. I was fucking broken, cuz. I had to sellotape all my edges of my emotions. No, like my emotions just needed sellotape, cuz. I was on the fucking ropes. You know what I was there, cuz? It's powerful shit, cuz.
Your girlfriend and your daughter, they're both fine now, aren't they?
Yeah. Wicked, man.
Does your daughter get to see you on the TV?
I brought her to the last episode of the Big Narstie show where we was finishing up the series. And my mum was saying she just kept on playing the TV, saying, that's daddy. That's daddy. So it's nice. I'm just so thankful that she can look up to me in a positive way. You always want your kid to be proud of you, innit? And most of the stuff I'm good at is not something you really be proud of. So the fact that I was blessed so well with this opportunity is music, and also though, to be myself. Because it's not like I gotta make a criteria of music to live the way I want. Like, I'm 100% making the music I want to make and doing the business ventures what I want to make. Nothing out of peer pressure. So the fact that I can show her when she's older that, like, princess, you can do anything.
If I was going to set myself up as an agony uncle next week, what one bit of advice would you give for me?
Talk the truth and make the devil shame. I think the thing what's worked the most in my favor and it's given me the most problems in my career is how honest I am. Do you know, yeah, in society now, if you wet yourself now, do you know it wouldn't be politically correct for me to say that you got a piss stain on your trousers? Could we agree on that? It would be like, that's not politically correct to do. Because you could make him feel bad about himself or some fucking stupid shit like that, am I right? That's the world we live in now. But theoretically though, you have got a piss stain on your trousers.
Oh, come on, man.
Do you know what I mean?
That's just apple juice. You know that's apple juice.
A lot of people find it hard to be honest. That's why I think when someone is being honest, it's a breath of fresh air.
When was the last time you were in a situation where you thought, I'm not going to get out of this alive?
I think maybe like last month or the month before that when England was playing, what country was England playing? Colombia? I can't remember when England won. Man got stuck in a lift. It was like 27 degrees hot, bruv. Yeah, me, Ledge and Copes and some fucking magician, yeah, in central London in some box lift, fam. And it was no hot summer days. And I didn't have my inhaler on me. My inhaler was upstairs. I thought I was gonna have an asthma attack and die in that. I had to dig in deep into my inner warrior, bro, going like, control my breathing like a motherfucking ninja, cuz.
How long were you in for?
I was in there for like over 2 hours, man. Because the motherfuckers were watching the fucking English match. And then when we got out of the lift, fucking dickhead man tried to talk like, we fucking won! It's like, you fucking dickhead. Smash your head on the floor right now, cuz.
I'm glad you survived it.
Trust me, man.
Thanks very much.
BDL Bipolar, my Jeezy. Thank you for the love and support. Big up Noisey, all day, every day. Love you guys, lot. Big up man like Hoffman. Gang, 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 gang.